Hi there, WC. This is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com, and you completed a TOEFL speaking practice test. So the speaking prompt that you're answering right now is, what is better in your opinion, living on campus in dorms or living off campus in apartments?
I think that living off campus in apartment is better than living on campus in dorms. I feel this way for two reasons. First of all, I'm the kind of person who do not like so much noise and even do not like to meet many people. So in my apartment, I could find the serenity and I can relax better. And secondly, in my apartment, I can invite my friend or even my mother to stay with me someday, and of course that is not allowed in the dorms. For those two reasons, I feel this way.
Okay, notice how in the very beginning, I feel this way for two reasons, and for these two reasons I feel this way. You're using exactly the same sentence twice, and that particular sentence has been copied and has been said and resaid thousands and thousands of times. It's just not a very original way to either begin or conclude your response. So you need to make sure that you're not memorizing any types of example sentences in order for you to complete these speaking practice tests. That doesn't really show you have really, really good knowledge of the English language. Okay, if we look at the rubrics here, my first impression based on what I just listened to is 2.5 out of 4, 19 points out of 30. So let's listen to it one more time.
I think that living off campus in apartment is better than living on campus in dorms. I feel this way for two reasons. First,
So you have two short, simple sentences, right? Not really showing that advanced grammar. And the second sentence, it's what I consider a template. And because remember that I've graded 15 to 20,000 of these speaking practice tests, and that particular introduction I have heard countless times. So it's not very original.
of all, I'm the kind of person who do not like so much noise and even do not like to meet.
So then based on your organization, you might say, because I can spend time, or because it's quieter and I can spend more time with family, I prefer to live off campus in apartments. You say something like that. Say, first of all, living off campus in apartments is a much more peaceful and quieter atmosphere. Then you give an example to illustrate that. Say, second of all, I also like living off campus because I can spend a lot more time with my family. And then you give a specific example to support that. You got a really good structure to your ideas.
Many people. So in my apartment, I could find the serenity, and I can relax better. And secondly, in my
So you probably need a little bit more of a specific example there to help illustrate your point.
apartment, I can invite my friend or even my mother to stay with me someday, and of course that is not allowed in the dorms. For the
Then say, for example, when I was living in an apartment while I was attending University of California, Riverside, my parents visited several times while I was attending that school. So try to give some specific example to illustrate your point.
first reason, I feel this way.
Okay, so I think my score is pretty accurate. I said about 19 points out of 30 on this one. So what can you do to get better, right? So you need to improve the beginning, the introduction. You need a more specific thesis that outlines maybe two different reasons for your response. Then you develop each one. That's first thing. Second thing, you can be more specific in the examples that you're giving that will also help to strengthen your argument. So these are what I call topic development suggestions. Even if you fix all those topic development areas, you still have some delivery issues, right? One of them is working on your intonation. You need to speak with a more varied tone. I probably already told you that. You can focus on pronunciation lessons 36 through 40, all of which deal with the intonation patterns of American English. And then generally, keep studying the vowel and the consonant sounds in the pronunciation area of my course so you can speak a little more clearly in those areas as well. Okay, and thank you for doing this practice test and keep up the good work. You've been sending me speaking practice every day. That tells me that you're very serious about improving your speaking, and I'm very sure that you will. All right.